officially recording. So I want to welcome everybody who is entertaining the idea of being part of our Phoenix Dream Center Where Hope Lives mentor teams. You are signing up to make a difference of a lifetime in someone's life. And you know, some of y'all have been secret sisters, some of you have volunteered, some of you have hung out with us, some of you have never even been to the Dream Center. So we are going to enlighten you today with a little bit about what this is about. And then I'm going to stop our recording and then we'll take questions and all. So if y'all can just stay muted for a second, that would be great. I want to introduce to you Mr. Brian Steele. He's the Executive Director of Phoenix Dream Center. He is an absolutely amazing person. I've always thought just so highly of him. And the more I work with him, I actually sent him a text the other day and said, I am in awe of you. And he is just such an impressive, just over the top impressive man. So Brian, take it away.
Yeah, wow, thank you for that, Joanna. No pressure or anything, right? So, well, thank you guys so much for, I couldn't have said any better. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, my wife's heart, and the entire team here at the Dream Center. Thank you for raising a hand and saying you want to be a part of this. I think as we started the human trafficking program here at the Dream Center 15 years ago, we really had no idea that it would explode into the amazing program that it is today. I think to date, we've served 940 young women and girls who've come out of trafficking here at the Dream Center. And then over at our sister site, we've served 1,900 just juveniles, just the girls coming out. At first, we were just so desperate to just to get the girls out of these situations, you know, get them out of trafficking. Okay. All right.
Your internet's locking up a little.
Yeah. Okay. Do you see me now? I switched internet to the Dream Center one. So okay. Yeah. So initially, it was all about just get the girls safe, get them out of these trafficking situations, get them help. Then it was, let's figure out their medical. Let's figure out how we're going to help them heal. Then it was figure out their counseling, figure out how do we help them really be restored mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Then this whole evolution really came to the point to where we said, okay, now what are they going to do after the Dream Center? Like we love them, we want to help them, we want to be a part of their life, but we knew that we weren't going to be a part of their forever story. We knew we weren't going to be there for them for the rest of their lives. So we knew we had to figure out how to do that. At the same time, we learned tragically early on. One of our very first graduates, her name was Rachel. This was 2007. And Rachel came into the Dream Center, did very good while she was here. Then got out there, got into college. And about a month after leaving the Dream Center, she gave us a call and said, hey, you know, things are just really tight this month. I think I need like a food box or something, because she knew the Dream Center had food boxes. She called us a few months later and said, hey guys, I messed up. I went to a party. I'm not going to be able to make my rent this month. She called a few months later and she had like done some drugs at a party. And so we have this heart to try to figure out, okay, as young women leave the Dream Center, how do they succeed out there in the community? That was really the thing. And we stumbled across this idea, and we knew that we had to do one thing. We had to recreate family, or create a family for them out there beyond the Dream Center. That really was the key. And so the mentor teams really started to help with that. And so I see a couple of people on here who've done some mentor teams already. So we're excited to see you signed up again for that. You guys know, the smalls know how powerful the mentor teams can be, and how it really has helped that young woman named Michelle Breezy that you guys helped in that mentor team. So we're excited about that. I'm so thankful to you guys. I know that long-term mentor teams really make the difference.
Okay, I think he's having internet issues, so we're going to wait for him to come back. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let me do full screen. And
okay, well, hopefully you got the substance of that, Joanna. I'm so sorry, but I'll hang tight for questions if you have any.
okay, all right. So you guys, what we're going to do now is I'm just going to kind of go through how the program is going to work. And then I want y'all to just be writing down all your questions, or some of y'all have already presented some questions to me. But basically, I want to do a quick screen share and show you. There it is. Okay, so can everybody see? This is the first page of the packet we sent you, but I added a couple little things to it. So these are the 9 different parts of the mentor team. And one of the first things I wanted y'all to understand is that the mentor team roles, their lanes they're going to be in will overlap. So it's not like, okay, I'm in charge of transportation, so I will only deal with transportation. Well, not exactly. When they reach 3rd pillar and they can start going to a job or going to school, I might need to be working with the career person to talk about, how are we going to get her to school, or how are we going to get them to work, and do they understand the bus system? And during the day, they're allowed to take the bus, but Joanna said at night they take an Uber or a Lyft. So it's little nuances like that. And we are going to walk alongside you every step of the way, but there will be some overlap. So don't think, well, I'm in charge of career. I don't know anything about career. I just know, what I've done. That's awesome. Because the way this is supposed to work is the mentor team surrounds the resident just like a family. To imagine, having a child or having a niece or a nephew or a grandchild, and everyone's sitting around the dinner table, or you're sitting outside and you're chatting, and Melissa, the niece or the grandchild, is saying, I don't know what I want to study. So you start asking her questions. What are you interested in? What subjects are you good in? What kind of dreams do you have? And also, you'll notice in the packet, they fill out a lot of information. So the first couple of meetings are going to be just getting to know the resident. What are her goals? What are her dreams? And we have young men too that you're going to be working with as well. So, what do they see for their future? They may see nothing. That's all they know at this point, is nothing. And so you may have to paint those pictures. So it's just coming alongside them. So let me go back to this and show you guys why mentor teams. So, think back on the amazing knowledge and experience-based advice you received from those who surrounded you in your journey. I can tell you, I received a lot of help from my parents, but grandparents, coaches, teachers, that's the place that you're going to take in their life, because they have that vacant lot in their life, a hole in their experience, in their education, and people who've supported them. So that's where you're going to come in. So you're going to surround them in love, support, prayer, and guidance in all of these areas of their life. Okay. So Proverbs 22:6 asks us to train up a child in the way he or she should go, and even when they are old, they will not depart from it. So that is what you're pouring into them. You do not have to be an expert on any of this to be amazing at it. So don't worry about that, okay? All right, so why? Why your church? Why your organization? Why your club? Why your sphere of influence? Why you? Why did I contact you? We are so often asked, what can I do to help and support the Dream Center? Well, as you can imagine, we have different ways for people to donate goods and monetary gifts. But for those who have a heart to serve, those who say, no, I don't mind, doing fund drives. I don't mind doing diaper drives and things like that, or bringing in canned goods for the food bank, but I really want to walk alongside somebody. That is where God is calling me. Then this is perfect for you. Who is the best candidate? Okay, here's the best part. Just read along with me. The team members do not have to have a lot of expertise in their area. Have I said that often enough? Okay, think of it as a family type setting where questions, ideas, and goals are presented and then discussed with the resident as the focal point. The resident is the focal point. And this is where I will be coaching you as far as how to speak to your We're not going to tell them what to do. We're going to guide them. We're going to give them ideas, but we don't inflict our ideas on them. And let me just give you a quick example of this. If you're speaking with your resident and she says, oh my word, I'm so excited. I just got a job at McDonald's up the street and I'm just so pumped about that. And your natural response might be, okay, I think you can do better. I think you can stretch a little bit there. Have you thought of other things that you could possibly be doing? And well, let me tell you what, it has such a huge stretch for her to even have gone that far, for her to even be taking on that job, which you may not even consider worthy of her. And so that's where we have to really keep things in perspective and make sure that we focus on her needs and his needs and what they're excited about, and then surround them with that love. And I'm sure you guys are going to be absolutely amazing at that. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to tell you how this is going to work. Okay, the mentor teams are going to undergo an application process, a background check, and you'll be assigned to a team. Now, some of you have already said, I know I want to be on a team at like City Church campus, or I know I want to be a team at the Glendale campus, or I know I've already got a team together. Okay, Mara already has a team together. People ready to go today, actually yesterday. Okay, so you may be forming your own team, but if you want to be part of a team, we're going to try to match you up geographically or by your church or your club or however you associated with other people, because that way it makes it more convenient for you to have these meetups. Okay, the residents will be eligible for a mentor team when they reach second pillar. When they come into the Dream Center, they have a 2-week probationary period, which now can go up to 4 weeks. Okay, you don't need to worry about that. Then they go into first of an acclimation process. They're going to class, they're doing their chores, they're becoming part of the Dream Center family. When they reach second pillar, I will sit down with them and we will do an interview with them, and we will explain to them the rights and privileges of having a mentor team and what a big deal this is. Now, like Brian said earlier, the mentor teams before were for graduates. So you guys are going to have the opportunity, instead of pouring into someone about the time they're going off to high school, you're actually pouring into them when they're in grade school. So you're going to be pouring into them at second pillar, which they're just starting to get their big toe wet in the Where Hope Lives program. They'll be contracted in, you'll be contracted in, everybody will be on the same page, and I'll be at your first couple of meetings with you. They will fill out an extensive survey. You've seen that in the packet, and that will be shared with all of you. And we will do a Zoom meeting and we'll talk about, maybe how the team is going to work together and things like that. Meetings will be monitored by myself or someone on my team to answer questions and concerns in the first month. And then the mentor team leader, I know several people have said, I just don't want to be the leader. And the ironic thing is that's actually probably the most simple part of the entire mentor team. The team leader is in charge of just getting the information out to the team as to when and where the meeting is, and then just making sure everybody's there. If you can't be there live, we just FaceTime you in, although we prefer everybody be there live, at least for the first couple of months. And then they send me an after action report that just recaps whatever they discussed with the resident and what issues or questions came up so that we can address those. There's a point system that is now in place at the Dream Center where the residents are actually accumulating points on a daily basis. It's really cool because it's all positive reinforcement rather than negative reinforcement. It's all about the choices they make. And we'll explain more of that to you as a team, but basically those points will transfer into dollars and they will have access to those dollars, and the max is 5,000. So they can accumulate up to $5,000 that the mentor team, when the resident graduates, can help allocate those funds and help them with any expenses they may incur. Okay. All right. So that's basically how the program works. So I'm going to stop our recording right now. So thanks for listening.